Alright, now before we get into this video, first thing I want to say is that Legends might have messed up on this game mode simply because the difficulty of it is quite high to the point where only having high stars or the new unit would allow you to actually succeed, honestly. If you're not a day one player or you've been playing for a very long time, if you didn't summon on the new banner or you just have a lot of luck, you're gonna have a hard time. But a lot of the characters you can use are free to play, so at the same time there's not really a big issue, but I can see where there's an issue just due to how difficult Legends have made this, and I want to put that out from the start of the video. This is always going to deter you from getting the main reward, which is actually 14 star in them to get the CC, and just because of that there's a limit some of you will be able to reach when it comes to clearing this game mode. You'd actually just miss out. Maybe in future they'd make it easier, but for the first time with this Jiren and Topo that we're seeing, it's actually quite difficult and it's very RNG based, especially at the Scream difficulty tier. So I just want to put that out from the start of the video, but I will give you my best advice on how I cleared it. I didn't use any boost units. I'll give you advice on how to battle it, what units to use and whatnot, and maybe think about how you should position your units in terms of the tag restrictions and whatnot. I've already been speaking for over a minute here, and I feel like this is just really important given that the way they just done this game mode is crazy. But yeah man, let's get into this video now.
Yes, to go even further beyond!
Yes sir, my name's Zakashi, and in this video we're going to be going through the full power battle mode where we have right now Jiren and Topo, but there's going to be more in the future, so just bear that in mind. Hopefully this video is going to be helpful. Press that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on this grind to 30,000 subscribers. Going to give you everything that I did to clear these, and I did not use the Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, so I'm doing it basically free to play essentially. But yeah, all my socials on the left, so if you have any questions feel free to DM me on Discord or Twitter, main two of those, but we do have the Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram and a Discord link all in the description below, so make sure to check me on all of those. But yeah, let's get into what I've actually done step by step in totality. Alright, so the first thing is that you have to pick your units, right? So for the Jiren one, I've got the red free to play Goku. He's obviously 13 stars because I've cleared it, but at the time he was only like 10. So I had the free to play Goku that we're actually trying to get stars on, the red god Goku, blue Goku, I'm bugging. Android 17, the MVP. We got EX Beerus, Zenkai 7, and we got Goku Youth. Now for the run, I used Goku Youth, and the reason why Goku Youth is the most valuable out of anybody that you could use is simply because, for one, he's type advantage, and for two, he has endurance. The endurance allows you to, even if the burst messes you up, where he blows up and you take damage, you will still have to get hit more than once for Jiren to take you out, and that's very valuable even if your teammates die, simply because you can't get one tapped and the RNG just mess you over. The RNG can still mess you over, but it's less impactful when there needs to be more than one hit. So that's for the Jiren side. I'm going to go over to the Topo side just so you have a visual, but I know for future people watching this after Jiren and Topo are gone, it's not going to be as valuable. For the Topo side, I've got the free to play Vegeta. Wow, far-fetched guess. SSBE, EX Ribrian, and Ultra Omega Shenron. Two of those units are free to play, one's an EX. And I actually did use the Vegeta, but if you have SSBE high stars, I'd say opt in for him simply because he's type advantage. But it doesn't really matter, you can use either or, but I feel like SSB, if you have him higher stars, I did use SSB and still was able to clear it, so you can do it both ways, you'll be fine. But those are just who I used. And if you're wondering who I used for bench and whatnot, because I didn't show you all the benches, I just auto selected, and that's just to show you that I can auto select all the units, and you should be able to do the same, unless it's literally just a star issue or like you don't have a lot of units. You should be able to auto select and you'll build a bench for you, and you'll actually be able to clear it, so you don't have to think too much. Just press the auto select for the bench and pick a comrade from one of your guild members or friends. Hopefully you have a couple. I know you might not, but you'll be able to find a guild, maybe add some friends. If you play in PvP or co-op, maybe send them friend requests, they could help you out. There's also people in the Discord, by the way, just down below, join the Discord, maybe look for some people to help you out. Okay, now we're here at the gameplay. I'm gonna be using the scream difficulty of the Jiren side so that you guys can get a gist of how this actually works. So what you just need to do is attack as normal. Just keep going until basically Jiren gets into that form where he literally can't attack you. You got like 12 seconds to do as much damage to get down the bar, and if you don't get down the bar, then he's gonna do a lot of damage to you. Then you go back to how you started. What you need to do is farm your Dragon Balls so you can get your Rise and Rush. That's the most important thing. And besides from that, do you know them all-out rushes? So you get two forms of those. There's one in a Strike Arts form. There's one in a Blast Arts form. If you get any of those in your deck, do not use them until Jiren gets into that form or whoever the opponent is. Another thing you guys should really note down is that the principle, the basic requirement for you to actually clear this game mode is to actually understand how the all-out rushes work, on top of the fact that when he's in that mode prior to actually you attacking him for 12 seconds to get down his bar, where they basically tell you to move forward and move backwards, you just need to make sure you don't get hit in that mode. It's not difficult. Literally, if it says move forward, move forward. If nothing comes up, stand still. If it says move backwards, you do that. That's all you need to do. That's the minimum requirement. But in terms of a strategy, this is what I've done to actually clear it. So once you get to that point where it literally has the you get the 12 seconds to get down the bar, this is the most important bit. What you need to do from here is to actually rush, but after you use the all-out rushes. So if you don't have any all-out rushes because it's straight RNG, then you can rush and then hopefully you get another one before the 12 timer count ends. And what you need to do is actually get down the break. What I noticed for me on the scream difficulty, if I don't get out that first break on the first time, just restart, bro. Like, give up on your dreams. You ain't clearing it. Keeping it a stack, you're just not clearing it. You're not. It's that difficult to the point where if you don't break the bar on the first time, get it all the way down, you're just not clearing it. You're just not. So what you need to do is to actually break that bar. That's by using two all-out rushes. You might only need one. If you need an ultimate arts, go ahead and use it, because you might, on top of the fact that you have your Rising Rush. But remember, if you use the Rising Rush, then you will lose your deck. So if you have the all-out rushes, like I told you, there's two forms of them, the Strike and the Blast Arts, and you rush, you will lose both of those cards, and that will allow you to not do as much damage as you want, possibly even failing immediately. Like, if you don't get down that break in those 12 seconds or how long they give you, you're a pack. You lost it, man. You just lost. But that's step one. That's the first thing that you go through. I'm gonna call this segment phase 2, because this is now once you've got past that first bar. Now, for the whole rest of this video, you're not worrying about getting down normal bars. You're just worrying about doing damage. If you can keep your allies alive, the other 4 or 3 members that you have, keep them alive, because they're gonna come very useful when it comes to clutching up at the very end. So at this point, you're back to where you started at the start, except Jiren or your opponent is at a much lower health point. From here on out, you just need to keep doing damage to get to that point where you're moving backwards and forwards again, just dodging the attacks, and then the bar comes up. At this point, give up on your dreams again, because honestly, if you're attacking very, very fast and you're avoiding Jiren during that period before, you're going to be at a point where you're doing so much damage, you'll hit the next break point. But at this break point, you probably won't have enough Dragon Balls to actually rush him again and go through that same process. So you're thinking, what can you do? Well, you're not killing him. Let's just keep it a stack. You're just not. So you need to actually just hope from this point, after the 12 seconds goes down, you need to just hope that he doesn't hit you after the break. He's going to hit one of your allies. At least 2 of them will probably die. I'm not going to lie. But the point is that once you get to this point, you should have another rush by then. Maybe 2 more all-out rushes. You can use all of those and then actually go for another rush. Now at this point, if you don't kill him at this segment here, getting him down all the way to 0, that just means you were too slow, unfortunately, and you're going to go through that same process again. And what you just need to do is just hope he doesn't actually kill you the second time, or the third time, sorry, when he does the break thing. And that's going to be literally RNG. So like, you're going to see how I did it. This is me just doing it again because I've already done it. When he actually did the break, he decided to tap blast me. Thank God he did that. But then he did a green card or a blue card. So that allowed me to do a blue card, because as you know, Jiren's blue card or green cards are both close range. So the blue card with Goku Youth was a Kamehameha and it hit him before he could get to me. If I PV'd him, there's a chance that he'll still PV me back. Like, Jiren is crafty. The AI is so annoying to the point where it's difficult to beat, which I'm sure you already know, which is why you're watching this video. But literally, I'll show you the whole thing. I'm showing you as a guide. and it's just me hoping that Jiren doesn't do certain things, because there's not much you can do outside of like getting blown back. Pause. Literally, if he doesn't give you the output that you want, he's gonna kill you if he wants to, and that's just nothing you can do about that. That's why the game mode's pretty crafty in that sense. It's quite annoying, so it's gonna require some trial and error, but this is what I've found works best. Don't even worry about the second or third break trying to break down the bar, wasting your rush. You need to save your rush for points where you can do the most amount of damage. That's in between those points where you're just attacking regularly. The second all out, like when you get your second and third all out rushes, those should be used at points where you can do most of the damage, which is not where you're trying to get down that bar of health in the 12 seconds. It's actually after he does the explosion, or after you get down the bar the first time. And that's what you guys need to remember. But yeah, throughout this video there was definitely text on the screen because the explanation might not be clear to you, but of course if you read it would make a lot more sense. Hopefully this video was helpful. This is what I did to clear it. It's actually a bummer that I'm pretty sure if you don't clear it, it's quite incompetent of them, but because it's so difficult you won't be able to get your 500cc both ways for Goku and Vegeta. But press the subscribe button. We are on this grind to 30,000 subscribers, yes sir. All my social media links are on the left. This is the YouTube channel, but we got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. But I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer, man. Good luck actually trying to clear the normal, hard, and scream difficulty. If you can do this for the scream like you can see, it's going to be way easier for the hard and normal. Trust me, the scream is the problem. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Lend me your energy!